guys, welcome back to our channel. This is the Euro Afro Talk Show. We hope you have been well. This is Winnie.
And this is Joyce.
And today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic about interracial relationships,
or
marriages, exactly, and friendships as well.
Yeah.
On our previous video, we mentioned that we did move from Africa to Europe. And we're just sharing what we've been through, what we have seen, culture differences. And
yes, we're going to talk about interracial relationship or marriages, depending on which side you are in. And most people are always interested before they make a move, before you change your complete lifestyle, culture, behavior, family. And you would like to know how the other side of the river feels like, right? We're here to give you all the nice and the dirty and the sweet and the bitter side of it, right?
Everything you want to know.
Exactly. So as we said, we give you what you expect from the other side before you actually go there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're here to cheer up. By the way, as I said, it's a community and togetherness channel. So don't forget to comment below what you'd like to hear next before we get into this topic and before we get into the juicy part of having your entire life change.
Awesome. So today, let's talk about how you've seen interracial marriages going for you here. And do you have any experience with, interracial friendships, relationships? What's your view on that?
Well, to be honest, I've been into interracial relationship, okay, ever since I stepped into this country, okay? So it's been my thing. I have the positive and the negative side of it. So if you want every single detail, I will say I like it. I like it. The fact being that there are not so many, sorry for our black men, there are not so many welcoming caregivers and understanding black men. So these are the things you get from the other side, from, let's call them Caucasians, okay? So the Caucasian, they have a different way of handling women. That's why. And I say yes. For me,
I
it's
agree.
been,
I
it's
agree
been
with
fine.
that. Yeah. Because, one of the things that I see, especially, we're not trying to paint a bad picture for black men, but you find that most of the Caucasian people, they tend to give women priority.
Yes.
Other than a black man who feels very entitled to,
To
women,
yeah.
and trying to control them, trying to always seem like they're, they make the last decision.
So in your case, that you've been into this kind of situation or this kind of lifestyle, what are your do's and don'ts for our viewers here to actually know the do's and don'ts of interracial relationship?
I would say, not comparing.
Yeah.
You're a person from a different culture, they're a person from a different culture. Let's see if we can make this work. If it doesn't, it's still fine. So I tend to think that it totally depends on your mindset.
I think that it's also comes to the I don't want to say this in a bad or good way, but how you're gonna take it. It might be in a don't or it might be in a do's. But I think when it comes to interracial relationship, there is a culture compromising. You have to compromise your culture in so many, like a huge percentage. Like, for example, the Greeks. We'll talk about the Greeks only, right? They're used to this thing that mom decide this and that and that. And on the other side, in Africa, you find like most of the time we kind of go with our own. Like we decide by ourselves. At 18, at certain age, I'm out of the house. I'm going to find for myself. Here, they're being forced to get out of the house. So you can imagine that
It's really strange.
Yes, yeah. So you're with someone probably and they're still living in their moms and you kind of find that a little bit difficult. You won't understand why you're having a relationship with this person and they're still living in their mom's house. Not that they're uncomfortable, not that they can't, but they really like the family staying with the mom kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yes.
You will, rarely find something like that back home.
No, it will
Because
not
by
happen.
the time you were 18, 19,
Yeah.
you feel forced by the society to get out and start, feeding yourself, looking after yourself. So coming here and seeing a 30-something-year-old living with a mom, definitely
Yes.
a shock.
I think that will go to a positive side for black men, to be honest. So it will be like a downfall for white men and positive for the black men. How about like carrying out themselves in front of a lady, showing up, being like, okay, I'm gonna be there for you, in that kind of situation, especially in a country where you don't have your family, they're always there for you. Don't you think they're like better than the black men in that case?
I feel like actually in this case, they have a tie in both. Because I feel like a black man, depending on which one you get, they have the capability of taking care of you
As well.
Okay. The white men tend to, overdo it.
Yeah.
But I feel like even black men,
They do it.
Yeah.
Okay, seems like we have a tie. So that in that case of taking care of a lady, black and white goes as an equal. Now, the other thing that I do notice, like the family situation, when you get to a white family.
Oh, that is something else. I know.
That's like you're ripping them apart. You're ripping the entire family apart, and they will try the best they can.
Not to let an outsider come in.
Exactly. It's like so difficult to penetrate a Greek family. It's so hard. Despite the fact that you're married to their son or to their daughter, it doesn't matter. It's always hard to let their son like pull off. That's why I say when it comes to culture, you have to compromise so much, both of you, of course, because they don't have things like dowry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is another thing.
So he will have to give the dowry. So he has to compromise and go with your culture. You have to compromise and go with his culture that his family will not let him go. So yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. But in Africa or in Kenya, we don't have that thing.
We do not, because I think the man, especially men are given the whole duty to themselves. Get out. So your parent doesn't have any say in like, oh my God, should I keep them here because I don't want them to go to the girl? Can we just hold him here as a family? Not really. The men there are just just go. The girl might have issues with the in-laws, but the in-laws will never hold a guy back from things like this. Yeah. They will tell you, maybe we don't like your wife. Fiancé, we don't like your fiancé. They might have issues with her, but they will never hold a guy so dearly that you do not want him to go anywhere despite of whoever they're with. Opposed to the Greek guys that we see here, where
it's like hours
the mom,
and hours
especially
and hours.
The mom,
yes,
just wants to have that kid
for themselves
there, but for themselves.
I think that's like a downfall for the whites, and it goes to the black side. The other thing that I wanted to add on top of that is like, I wanted to ask those who are watching here. Can you comment below your experience if you've had both?
Yeah.
Your experience. What do you think?
Let us know. Have you been in a situation where you feel like, especially in an interracial relationship?
Yes.
You feel like you are being an intruder to the family. Not that they maybe don't like you, but because they have not yet let go of their son.
Yeah. Like it's so hard for them to understand that he needs to start his life. How did you handle yourself in that situation? What would you tell someone who is experiencing the same thing right now? How they can get themselves out of that kind of hard situation? Not that they leave their partner, but how can they talk to their partner to understand that they're really going through a difficult moment of balancing with their family? So like, comment below. We need to hear your voice and your opinion as well. It's really, really important for us. Yeah.
And something else I feel like everyone wants to know. Yeah. Obviously, now that we've talked about the differences on the surface. Obviously, they want to know who are better in
Oh,
bed.
okay.
Is it the black or the white?
Oh, the white. I think that's just a myth.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, it's a myth. You can find a white horse and a black horse. Let's put it that way, okay? I'm not gonna get into details. You can get what I mean, right? You find a white horse and a black horse.
Yeah.
At the same time, you can find a white monkey and a black monkey. So it is a myth for me that white men are not good in bed. Black men are good in bed. And one thing that I would say though, that white men are more open in bed and they really have variety of options.
Oh my God, for sure.
Like their game is different from black men. So that point, yes, I will agree in terms of options, variety, being opened, making you feel extremely comfortable. Yes, that point, I think the white men win. But the horses, no, it's a myth. Now, let's talk about the relationship with the in-laws. Like in-laws, by that I mean brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and kind of thing, compared to the African ones. Which ones are more closer or realistic? Because I find white sisters-in-law and brother-in-law, they are fake as F. Not kidding, but that is from my own experience. There are some people who have real from their heart, they love you from their heart, but I find that most sisters-in-law and brothers-in-law are never real. Just like the mother doesn't want, okay, the mother will love you, but they don't want their son to go. But the sister and brother-in-law will not show you the real attention as another member of the family. And on the other side, I find that in Africa, yes, we have that grudge between the sister and brother-in-law, but if they genuinely accept you to be part of the family, that's just my opinion. So of course you're obliged to comment below. What's your opinion as well?
Yeah, in that case, I think I don't know where to lean towards, because I don't have much experience myself with African in-laws.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know exactly what happens for people to get to where they get to, because I'm sure there are differences as well in that. But I feel that with white in-laws, it's 50-50 here.
50-50.
You can get places where they're not accepting
At
all. And then you can get where they're accepting, but
extremely.
So it's, I don't know.
It's like
mine is alright. And I wouldn't know otherwise.
What we experience in terms of interracial relationship, culture differences, what we think about, black horse and white horse, stuff like that. And to me, it's just a myth. Trust me.
It is just a myth.
It is just a myth.
Let no one tell you, unless you have lived the experience, then
yes,
let no one fool you.
So, and of course, we know which part are quite welcoming and not so welcoming, or let's put it in open-minded kind of side. And so we kind of wait for you to tell us as well your choice and your opinion between black and white, and in a relationship kind of view, the point of view.
Yeah, we are looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section. We're planning to cover so many topics, and we cannot even finish some of these talks that we have, and we just want to hear from you. What else do you want to know, maybe about interracial relationships, friendships? We can discuss more, but for now I think what we shared was enough, just not to go overboard. And we will see you guys next time, and thank you for tuning in.
Of course.
We will see you next week.
Definitely, we'll be together always. And as you know, don't forget to comment, share, call a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend that there is a really, really nice discussion board right here, so we can always be a family.
Yes, get in here. We want to hear your opinions.
Of
get
course.
In here.
And subscribe, of course. That's the kind of thing. We want you to be part of the family as we enjoy together discussion, guys. We love you.
Bye.